is that what I'm going to look like as a teenager? Like,
they're hot, but I don't look like that.
Oh God. Like the craters were cratering.
The craters were cratering for sure. She doesn't get to stay gross.
Got it.
You can't be a grotty little biatch and then get the Hawkeye.
Like shave your legs. Like, yeah.
Welcome back to You're Done, the podcast for the girls, gays, and theys. Hosted by me, Brendan.
And me, Tasha. And on our podcast, we talk about whatever we want. So strap in or strap on, because today we're yapping about
teen movies. Good times. I grew up thinking I was going to be in a teen movie, like that my life would be like one.
Yeah.
And I don't think it was more like Euphoria or like...
You know, fun fact, I've never seen Euphoria.
It's pretty dark.
I heard so, but then I heard this last season was trash.
I didn't watch the second or the third season, so I only watched the first one.
I think I grew up very much in a teen movie.
You grew up in Glee, which is basically...
there's different parts. I was in high school. I was in Glee.
Okay.
In the school.
In the
Beaches, I was definitely like a different teen movie.
What teen movie would be The Beaches for you?
Like not for me, but like She's All That.
Okay.
Like it's the vibe of the Beaches.
Okay.
Yeah. Like I definitely feel like, and then we'll talk about but then Love and Basketball would also be like, I definitely felt like I was living in
Okay. Yeah, my life was so suburban that a lot of the like things that ended up being the most entertaining, like I worked a lot, my friends...
Like farm parties?
No, I wasn't that. It was the suburbs. It wasn't rural. Be careful there. No, it wasn't like that. But there was a lot of like underage drinking and friends getting into trouble, and
that's a teen
there
movie.
Was drama. It was, but it wasn't like fun. A teen movie. It was like it was like the movie sort of. I guess like what is it, Lady Bird, where she's like just trying to get out of her town.
I don't know that one.
You haven't seen it? It's not an old one. It's a more recent one.
No.
Anyways, the whole thing is she's trying to get out of the town. That was like totally how I felt. Love my family and friends there though now.
Love you all now.
But yeah, I feel like teen movies like shaped how I think about like what high school is going to be. And then afterwards, it's sort of an interesting way to look back on it and be like, was it not?
I understand that, but I think it's also because 99% of the teen movies were all American.
Yeah.
So like having like, what was it? Freshman, junior,
sophomore, senior. Yeah.
Like that we just never really could relate to.
Well, and I don't know what it was like for you here, but in Alberta, you do elementary 1 to 6, junior high 7 to 9, and then high school 10 to 12.
Oh, no, we do kindergarten, so 1 to 6.
Yeah.
I had a separate school for all of these.
Okay.
So I went to kindergarten one school, then grade 1 to 6 to another, then middle school 7 and 8, and then high school starts in grade 9.
Interesting. And I hear that's more common.
For those older than
Woo! Come on,
there
Airflip.
There was also grade 13.
What did you call it here? Because in Quebec,
grade
it's Cégep.
13.
Oh. You didn't have a funnier name than that? Wow, okay.
Actually, I think there was something, but because I'm so like young and cute, I don't know it. I'm going to check.
And it was like preparing you for university, basically?
I guess so, yeah. Cégep, like you have to do in order to get into a university.
Yeah.
Right?
Grade 13 was optional?
No, you had to, like, some people, I'm trying to remember what it was called. Grade 13 Ontario. I think it was just the 13th grade.
Okay. Wow. Yeah, I'd never even heard of that. But definitely what you're talking about, like I really thought like in elementary school, middle school, like that I was going to have that like high school experience.
Oh.
But like the schools in Calgary are mostly like built into temporary buildings or like weren't that big. Okay. So you were just there was never the opportunity. The most I can think about is like the cafeteria did feel very...
Love lunchtime.
Yeah, it did feel very like Mean Girls. I went to a French immersion school, and so in going to it, it was kind of new that it had started. It used to be at a different school, which was like this old, beautiful school downtown that I wanted to go to so bad. Western. And I couldn't go. I had to go to the like local French immersion that they started. And so because it was so new, it was like parallel schools happening. So there was like every clique existed twice. There was like the English school popular kids, the French school popular kid. There was the English band kids, the French. So there was this weird thing where grade 10 and 11, it was like actually like a totally different school. And then in grade 12, everyone started to intermingle. And then suddenly it
Not
felt like high
segregation.
school. It was. It was
Not
totally.
segregation.
And like the French kids, there were so few of us. So like
Did you ever play like at lunch? Like we would play like asshole and like
like card
two up.
games.
Yeah.
Yeah. I no, not a lot of that. There was a lot of like getting in our cars and going places or going somewhere for
Getting
lunch.
in our cars.
Well,
It's called money.
remind you that my car that I had in high school was my family's hand-me-down red minivan that we named Clifford because
Not the big red dog.
because and I would pick up all my friends on the way. I had an 8-seater. I would pick up 7 people. Not one of those bitches ever paid me for gas. And then I would drive us all to school. And then oftentimes people would clamor and we'd go for lunch somewhere.
You know, one of my friends had a red car. It was like a sedan, but there's like a very small parking lot in the back. But like, if you had a car, we're like, oh. I will never forget though, like lunchtime, Wexford, School of the Arts, what a vibe. The French fries, for y'all who remember, why did the French fries slap? They were so, like, I feel
salty,
like they were,
maybe?
No, they were so good. They were so good, but good and stale. Like, I don't know how to do both.
Okay.
They were good.
Well.
And the chicken, I just had a memory.
Your brain is reconnecting.
Whoa.
Yeah.
It's like a McChicken type thing.
Interesting. So do you watch teen movies? Like, do you go back and watch them? And does it take you back to school at all?
It's been a minute since I've gone back to watch one, I'm not going to lie. But, like, you know, as I said in the States, especially if you look at ones in, like, LA and stuff, that they have, like, their whole outdoor section of their school and the promenade
Yeah, the courtyard.
Yeah, I was like, I don't understand that shit.
What do they even call it? Like the greenway? There was there's a term.
There's a middle part.
The
promenade. Yeah, so, like, I look back and I'm like, do I ever wish I had that? But I'm like, I loved my high school experience, so I do think that I had my own. We were basically Degrassi.
Fair. Ooh. Well, and you were in Toronto, so
yeah, exactly.
Interesting. Yeah. So today we're not going to be talking about teen high school TV shows like Degrassi, but that is a great reference. We're specifically focusing on like 90s, early 2000s, like those classic sort of teen movies, and like what they mean to us. I'm going to go through a bit of like, you know, what I've learned about teen movies because I wanted to know a little bit about where they came from.
A historian, as well.
You know it.
The research girly.
And then just talk about our favorite moments, how they shaped us, what and whether or not we think there's anywhere to go from there with them.
And if some of them like aged badly or they're just as good.
Well, spoiler alert, most of them aged badly, but it's worth watching anyways.
Yes.
But before we get into that, let's catch up.
Well, I know we have one combined catch up.
Yeah,
for
it's
the first
rare.
Time ever. We're only doing one.
We're doing one
because it was just so goddamn good. Can I set it up and then you finish
Please,
it?
go ahead.
Okay, y'all. So we went to go see Miss Rosalia about a week and a half ago.
Not even a week ago.
Not even a week ago.
It's just been a long week.
That feels like it was much longer.
It was a week tomorrow.
So we went to go see Rosalia. Freddie, hi.
Hi.
So we're literally just about to cut it close. You know, she comes on at 8:30.
She's about to start.
We get to our seats at, let's say, 8:25. Prior to getting to our seats, we're like, should we double fist drinks so that like we don't have to go back to the bar when she starts singing? Because she was what? Singing.
And it was a performance. It was not something you would want to miss.
You don't want to miss any of that. Yeah, it was artistry for sure. And so we're like, let's double fist. We'll both get 2 drinks.
Yeah.
Because we don't want to walk out.
Exactly.
So we go with our 2 drinks and we find our seats.
Yeah.
And I'll let you take it over.
I got 2 like big size cans of beer.
Like the tall cans.
The tall cans.
I got the Simply Lemonade.
It was lemonade. I liked it. It was good.
Yummy.
So we have not had a lick of drink before
not
this.
Even
So these are full drinks. We get there, we sit down, I'm holding one. The guy sitting next to me, I don't know what his deal was.
Straight man stance.
But he was gay. It was so weird.
But you know the stance I'm talking about? Like your legs are so wide open. Like, don't you see how tiny these seats are?
Yeah, he gave us like a dirty look when we sat down next to him. And then he like, but I think it's just because he didn't want people to sit there.
Girl, you're in Scotiabank. What do you?
Well, and he had his bag. He had a big bag and it was like stuffed between his legs. So like, anyways, there's just, he was taking up as much space as humanly possible. So we're sitting and like sitting in a concert is weird. I don't really like doing that.
I don't, it's like,
but it also feels strange to stand up when nobody else is standing.
Yeah.
So the concert starts and then we were like, okay, we're kind of into this. So we stand up. We're standing up. The guy next to me is not standing up, but the girls in front of us are also not standing up. So it's just kind of us. It's sort of like awkward. The guy like shifts his leg, knocks me. My drink that I've had 2 sips of this giant beer,
completely full,
literally just slips from my hand, and it goes sideways, and then sideways, yeah.
So the funny thing is, like, I didn't even notice when this happened. All I saw is when I looked over, and you're down at the girls, like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
Yeah, because
so I'm like, I didn't know what happened.
Yeah, so it tips sideways, it pours down the girl's back and hits the armrest of the girl next to her, so it sprays on her, and then it falls down. I have not been this mortified and embarrassed in a very long time, because I'm like, holy fucking shit. I look like such a messy bitch. Unwell.
Completely full, tall can of beer.
So now it's just pouring out around them. I like do lean down and I'm like, I'm sorry, but it's fucking Rosalia's like, oh. So like, there's no time for me to be like, anyways, so we just have to go back to trying to enjoy it. I'm literally, thank God it was so dark, because I was probably like you can probably see me glowing.
And what'd you say? Like, thank God it's you here, because if it was Eddie, he'd be like, I'm not speaking to you.
Yeah, he would not speak to me. He would fully disown me for the rest of the concert.
But the way I said I would have is if, for example, for my drinks, even though I got 2, they asked if I wanted one in a cup with ice.
That would have been.
So I had one in my hand, full, open. And so if that would have spilled on someone, actual baptism.
Yeah.
Like actual. And so if you did that, I'd be
like just dumped it on her. Yeah.
Like, it's time to go.
We need to leave. We need to leave.
We need to leave. So sorry, Rosalia.
Yeah.
We gotta go.
Yeah. We have Rosalia at home, actually.
I think we said that. We can just listen to the essentials.
Yeah, we have her at home.
But
anyways.
The reason why it was even funnier is because freaking just a few years ago when we went to go see Renaissance,
yes,
and we're clocking
we had
the fan.
We had rainbow fans,
which was such a good fan.
They were so good. We were clapping
and she
along.
tells you to clap, 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 clap.
Heated. On it.
He said clap, 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 clap. Whoo! Whipped it.
I launched
it. Beautiful throw. And like she literally went like,
it knocked her in the back of the head.
Yeah, and then
the throw protected her.
The throw protected the scalp for sure. And then she saw it. And she
just
like,
looked down and starts clacking.
And I'm here like, that was mine.
Yeah, but it was for a good. It made it almost the entire concert. That one, I will say, with a fan, I had way more to drink.
Oh, of
by
course.
that point, the most embarrassing part of the one with Rosalia is that I had 2 sips of that.
Actually,
there was nothing like I couldn't even blame it on anything other than that I am a klutz.
And so I sacrificed my second and gave it to you.
Sacrifice. You were never going to drink it.
Yes, it was. It'd just be slower.
It would be warm. Anyways, I'm an embarrassment to my name.
You're the one
and
who dropped.
that, honestly, that moment could be something right out of a teen movie.
It really could have been.
It would be character building, but instead of at 34, it would be at 16.
Who would have dropped it? It would definitely be either an Amanda Bynes or a Hilary Duff.
Oh, for sure.
For sure.
I feel
Cinderella story moment on Michael McMurray.
Chad McMurray.
Chad
McMurray. No,
Chad Michael McMurray.
No, Chad Michaels. Chad Michaels. Chad Michaels is a drag queen.
No, his name's Chad Michael McMurray?
No.
Chad. His name.
I don't know. Chad McMurray? This is painful. Anyways. Oh my God. Okay, let's get right into it. This is our main topic, all about the teen movies. You know what? You bring up a good point. So we're going to get into the teen movies. I'll do a little history part. But if you were to think about a person in or an actor in a teen movie, like who would, because when you said Hilary Duff, I was like, I actually think she's who I would relate to the most in terms of her sort of like, she's like means well, but can be a little bit bumbling. Like falls, like she falls into these like great moments, but like she is a bit awkward. Or Amanda Bynes, either of those.
The before, not the current Amanda.
No.
But the before.
Amanda Bynes, her show, the Amanda Bynes show, was
great,
so good.
But it was actually like such trauma for her.
Yeah. Very traumatic.
Clearly.
But that
I would be Gabrielle Union and Bring It On.
Oh, okay. Fierce. That part. She hasn't aged a day.
No, she looks great.
The fact that she's 50 and I'm like, you could star in that movie again.
And her husband's like literally like 12 years younger than her.
Oh. He looks older, but she looks like time has not touched her. Okay, so teen movies.
Teen
We
movies.
love them. They actually, so most people, when you think of the teen movie, you're probably thinking like the late 80s, the 90s, the early 2000s. Teen movies to this day don't really, there definitely exist, but they're not nearly as ubiquitous as they used to be. They sort of are framed around being like a coming of age
Yes,
genre.
very much so.
So when I was looking into it, the sort of internet researchers would say that it started as early as the 50s
Oh.
with Rebel Without a Cause, which is the James Dean movie, which is like super famous.
Mm-hmm.
And that really was like focused around teen angst, which I think that is also sort of emblematic in the teen movie.
Because you always get to see the different tribes.
Yes. The
you know?
cliques.
The cliques,
the struggle
gorks,
to fit in.
Yeah. Did I say the gorks? I meant the dorks.
The gorks. Hello, Gork.
Hello, gorks.
Hello, Gork.
Those who sit down in the at Wexford, like downstairs in the basement where the science department
Not the
was.
basement.
That's where like all the goths were.
Where all the gorks were.
Where all the gorks
the
were.
goth,
but I got on with them well, yo.
Yeah, for sure. And there are some people that like floated around, but I think that can both be good and be alienating. So besides teen angst, teen movies often focus around being hopeful. But there's an element of like naivety. They're cheesy, they're heartfelt, and they often have some kind of like hard lesson that needs to be learned from them.
Hard lessons.
So from the 50s and onward, you don't really get as many of like teen movies. Generally speaking, teens are not taken super seriously as like a character for a movie. Their lives seem frivolous. And so you get into the 1980s where John Hughes starts to make a bunch of movies. So he makes movies that sort of they're a bit old for us, but they would frame probably the generation before us,
like
their
16
experience.
Candles.
16 Candles, Pretty in Pink, The Breakfast Club. Those are the first movies that start to take like the teenager's inner life as a serious thing. Yeah. As like, that's when it's very formative, and that's where you go from there.
I also think in that timeline, that time as well as like Grease, like could we not cast teenagers?
Well, exactly. Well, I think in John Hughes movies they were like early 20s, but like Grease for sure.
Grease is like, yeah.
So I have Grease on this as one of the movies for us to talk about, and the reason I wanted to talk about it is because it's my mom's favorite movie.
It's one of my favorite.
Growing up, my mom made us watch it constantly, so I think I probably seen it 40 times against my will every time. But I love it. I do love it. She grounded into me, but I couldn't get over the fact that it was a movie set in the 50s, shot in the 70s that had 30-year-olds.
One more time.
A movie set in the 50s, shot in the 70s with 30-year-olds.
Exactly.
Like, it was so confusing to me. My mom would try to explain it to me. She's like, this is a movie in the 50s. I was like, what? She was like, but it's from the 70s. I'm like, Yeah. What does any of that mean? And you're right. Teenagers are often not the ones casting it, which I think gave us all.
It got better.
It did get better. But I often think that that's what like has made us confused about what people's ages really are.
Oh, absolutely. Because then you'd also be like, is that what I'm going to look like as a teenager?
Like, they're hot, but I don't look like that.
Oh, God. Like the craters were cratering.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah.
So beyond the John Hughes movies, then you start to really see the uptick of like the 90s, early 90s, late 90s, 2000s. And it really starts to lean into these stereotypes of like Americana, of like the American culture, the stereotypes that you often see, high school cliques. And then there's a lot of tropes, like a nerdy girl getting a makeover, taking on the popular kids, crazy day off, blah, 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 blah. What was interesting about the teen movies is that then they start to branch off into different sort of genres where like teen movie is like a trope, but the genre is different.
And then it's about the teacher in a high school.
Yeah, or it's like a horror movie like The Heathers, or it's like, a parody movie like Not Another Teen Movie. Like it starts to then become self-referential. And I think, that's maybe why we don't see it as much anymore, is because it became a bit of like an old hat.
Yeah.
So you have like, I reference like Do Revenge. I don't know if you saw it. It's like a Netflix movie. It came out maybe 3 or 4 years ago. And it's like, it's a murder-y sort of like Black comedy movie that's basically playing into every teen movie trope and is sort of meant to be, campy, whatever, blah, blah, blah.
I'd be remiss if we didn't bring up, because we've passed that timeline, but like Back to the Future,
Yeah.
iconic
Yeah,
film.
yeah, yeah. And so there's definitely like these sort of like eras of it. I feel like we were sort of born and grew up in like the golden age of it, where it was like really, we had the like older stuff from like the late 80s, and then we had the 90s and all of the different like really good ones. So that's kind of the history of it to date.
Yeah.
When you think about, do you remember what like the first teen movie was that you saw, or the first one that really like stuck to you?
I can't remember the first one, but I would say one of my favorite ones,
Sure.
if not top tier favorite one. Can you guess?
Is it Mean Girls?
That's up there, but
Okay, because
like
that's mine.
that's probably number 2 or
Number
number
two.
3, because the Walk to Remember will forever.
Yeah. So we should add that this whole topic was inspired by the fact that Mandy Moore recently was on stage singing with Bowen Yang and Matt Rogers the song from Walk to Remember.
Only Hope.
Only Hope. Iconic song.
Yeah, so I actually sang that to get into my high
You've
school.
told us on the pod
Thank
before.
You, but it's timely.
It's timely.
It's
yeah,
timely.
yeah.
But like what kills me when she sings that, and like that's when Shane West, who Delish,
yeah,
right, was like, wait, your hair is down and crimped and now you're hot.
But what
like,
happened?
Your hair was just in a ponytail before, but now you're not. Anywho. But like that movie gave us everything.
Yes.
You had the cliques. You know that the main clique, they were the cool people that like, in order to be your friend, you have to jump off of this massive thing that like can break your leg, and right. It did to someone. Then it had like that angst because he's
moody.
There would be like there's one song that used to play on it, or not plays on it, and it goes, "No mercy, yeah, no mercy," as he's driving because he's pissed off with life.
He's angsty and nobody understands him.
His father left them and now he's with another woman and like all these things, right?
Yeah.
And so because of that, he needs to go and like volunteer at the school, and the principal makes him be part of the musical.
Right.
That's when he meets Mandy Moore, who's very like tra-la-la religious daughter of the pastor.
Yeah.
Right. And so it gives you all of those things, but then I feel like it was the first one that then gave us sorrow.
Yeah,
because when she told him, like, I told you not to fall in love with me.
Yeah.
And he's like, I won't. Like, look at you.
Yeah.
And he fell in love with her. And then she's like, I'm going to die.
I'm going to die.
I'm going to die.
I'm going to die.
Like, and then I can hear it in my head, like when the music changed, when he went driving to his dad, be like, my girlfriend has cancer, fix her. And he's like, I don't know her case, I don't know her doctor. You suck, right?
Yeah.
Close the door on him.
I think about when he gets her the telescope.
Oh.
So the Walk to Remember is
she dies.
Spoiler alert!
Have you ever seen it? Like,
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
But what I mean, it's like,
yeah, she really dies. There is no, yeah.
And so it doesn't end with happiness. He walks down the street and is kind of like, you know, he became a doctor now and he can look back and the time he had with her. But I feel like it was the first one that I saw that brought me through a journey.
Yes.
And then sadness at the end.
Yeah, I think that was one of the first movies that I remember like so viscerally like uncontrollably crying, because it was so devastating. Because also I think when you think about like teen movies are usually hopeful, and it does have sort of a hopeful, like her memory lives on and whatever, but like it really because it was so earnest, and then you really have to deal with a hard lesson. I do really think it was a teachable thing. It like gave you,
and made you feel love, because like there's the one scene that like I was like, oh my gosh, when I feel tingly. Like he says she has a list of things that she wants to do.
Yeah.
He doesn't know why that she has this list, but she has this list.
Yeah.
And like one of them is to get a tattoo, and the other one is to be in 2 places at once.
Oh, and then the montage of them doing,
and the montage, and he puts a butterfly press-on tattoo on her and blows it dry, and I was like,
wow.
The puckering of his lips. I was like, Shane West could get it. Okay.
Yeah.
And then when he brings her to like the border, put one foot on one side and one foot on the other, she's like, what are we doing here? And she's like, you're, you know, in between state lines. She's like, huh? She's like, 2 places at once. And the way she looks at him and grabs him,
yeah,
like that was I remember watching that. I'm like, that's the love I must have.
Yeah, I must have that.
I must have this
Yeah,
love.
it really. So, and that's the thing. Like it gives you those moments, but then it also like sort of sets you up for something that's like totally impossible.
Totally impossible. Totally
like,
impossible.
what would you take dying from cancer if you could have that love? No, thank
you.
you.
Exactly.
No, thank you. I'm okay. Actually, we can tone it down a little bit. Yeah. But that movie was so impactful. Honestly, I think about that movie regularly.
Yeah.
But then when I saw her singing, I was like, oh my God, I must watch this movie again. And I must talk about teen movies because
it's like a stamp. Like it will never, like it's just
impact. Totally an impact.
For sure. So when you say that, which one impacted you most? That one.
I hear you.
So
and
for
it's
you is me, though.
Yeah, which is like totally the opposite. Yeah, and it's because it does deal with real life things, but it's so frivolous frivolous by comparison. I always find it interesting to think about Mean Girls, the fact that it was written in response to a book that this woman had written called like Queen Bees and Models or Queen Bees and something or other. And Tina Fey wrote the movie based off of that. Yeah. But it was like a serious book about how like, you know, as a mom, you would be able to navigate the challenges of high school for your daughter. Oh. And she was like, well, let me say you're from Africa. You're from Africa. Yeah. So definitely I think of Mean Girls as a probably the most important teen movie to me just because of how funny it was. But impactfully, I think that what you're talking about is there. I do think it's interesting how broad the category can be when you think about those two. And then some of the other ones that we have on here, like Clueless, for example.
Perfect.
It is a perfect movie. I also think it's interesting that it's based off of a Jane Austen novel.
Look at you having research.
Yeah, it's based off of the book Emma.
Well, I can't remember. No, I think I'm right. The show became before the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I used to watch the show.
It's kind of how Buffy is the opposite. There was a movie and then there was a TV show. And it didn't star the same people.
But this starred the same people.
Yeah. So you and I do think that teen movies are an interesting way of being able to retell stories through this lens. So Jane Austen, Emma for Clueless, and then you have like 10 Things I Hate About You. That is also another movie.
That's a great one.
Oof.
Oh, R.I.P. Heath Ledger.
R.I.P.
Rip. Like he was delish in that too.
He was delish in that, and it really like kicked off his career.
Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah, it was like one of the first movies
similar
he was
to
in.
Like, oh, what his name is escaping me, but Sarah Michelle Gellar's husband, Freddie Prinze Jr., who was like the heartfelt man of that time.
Yeah,
because he's the one in She's All That, right?
Yes.
Yeah, another movie of like, oh, you cut your hair.
Nerdy girl cuts her hair. Yeah.
And now you're like, oh, I must have you.
I wonder what the first, I should look this up, like what the first like nerdy girl to hot was, because I feel like
they love that.
They love it. And it like sort of continues to grow. How often does that
happen for a boy?
Never, not once. But because there's no hair to cut off, to be honest. You know what?
Because it's the beard.
Actually,
you add the beard.
Was it what is it called? George of the Jungle? Don't they do that to Brendan Fraser in one of them where they make him? I know, but they cut his hair and then he's hot.
Yeah, then he's hot. Yeah,
he was always hot.
If there's a version for Guy, then like now
I can't think of that.
You know what? This is a little bit later, but there's no haircut. But like for example, Transformers, which I love, right?
Okay, hard, right?
But it's still a teen movie, right?
Sure.
Just so happens to have freaking alien robots.
Yeah.
When Megan Fox, who's like top tier Megan Fox, starts to like Shia LaBeouf.
Right. Shia LaBeouf.
Right? And so like everyone was like weirded by that. But I mean, great movie. Holes, great film.
Yeah,
that's
Holes is a good one.
That was even before. That's like elementary school.
Yeah, I remember we had to read that book and then also watch the movie and do a whole thing.
So that's an example of, I guess, when a guy got the girl.
Yeah.
That was hot.
Fair enough.
That's the only one that came
I think that actually happens a lot more frequently where it's like a nerdy guy gets with a hot girl. And then oftentimes it's a nerdy girl becomes hot and then gets with a hot guy. It's not, she doesn't get to stay gross.
Got it.
You can't be a Grotsky little biatch and then get the hot guy.
Like shave at your legs. Like, yeah.
But my point with 10 Things I Hate About You is that that's a retelling of Shakespeare's Taming of the Shrew.
This I know.
Which is interesting. And then you have She's the Man, shout out Amanda Bynes again. And that's a retelling of Twelfth Night. And it's these like things where it's not, unless you knew the original story, you wouldn't know that that's what it is.
But it'd be still a great thing to watch. But
exactly.
Then when you know it,
And then the
tie it
lesson,
together.
it's teaching that lesson through it, which I think is like teen movies have that ability because they're not necessarily seen as prestige movie. You can sort of like sneak in these things and then they like kind of remain with people. Because I think even what we're talking about aren't the movies that other people would say that like really made the impact on them.
I mean, it is for the girls, gays, and theys. So
it sure is. Speaking of, when I was trying to research this, I was like, what is there for gay movies, gay teen movies?
Okay.
There really isn't any. The only one I could think of was Love, Simon, which is a recent one.
Okay, I've heard of this.
And it's good. It definitely like hits the beats of a teen movie, but like obviously there was nothing in like the early 2000s, 90s. There was this series of movies that are, I would not consider teen movies, but they're almost teen adjacent. It's called Eating Out. It's a series of movies. They're so fucking bad. They're terrible, terrible, terrible. But they're...
What a title.
And the second... So Eating Out is the first one. Eating Out 2 Sloppy Seconds is the second one. And it's about a guy coming to terms with his queerness. I can't even say queerness. He's gay in like college.
Okay.
But I don't think that really counts. I think that's like kind of just outside of the realm.
Fair, okay.
So, but then another one, also more recent, that I thought was interesting that someone said would fit into teen movies is Moonlight. Because it's a coming of age movie. Yeah, I don't think it would be considered a teen movie. I think it's just coming of age.
Fair. Okay.
But beyond that, you really don't have any like gay people were the side character. If
they're the best
even
friend.
The best friend.
Same thing with Black Girl was the best friend.
Yeah. Well, that was the other thing. Like, there's not a lot of like, especially in that time period, 80s to early 2000s. There's like almost no black teen movies that fit all of these same things.
Well, that all y'all watched.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So what are some that?
But there's more like it's not just teen, but it'll be like Medea movies or
right. Yeah.
Things that like would play on BET or like made for television movies.
Okay,
and things like that.
Not like film,
not
like,
that
feature film movies.
Yeah, okay. Nothing like that. But like when I think about just now, when we were saying that like the finding the love in A Walk to Remember is something you tried to like get to and idolize.
Yeah.
Like same with the Princess Diaries. I was like, so am I? Am I the princess of Genovia?
Princess Mia Thermopolis III.
And so it made you think like, hey, maybe I just don't know something yet.
Yeah.
That I'm bound to know soon.
And so I think, okay, so this is an interesting thought about this, is that sometimes I think those movies were doing that. We took it literally when we were young.
Oh, yeah.
But it's about becoming who you're meant to be through discovery.
Becoming who you're meant to be through discovery is a great way to say that. I really, really like that. I needed to sit in that for a second.
Because it isn't, you're not necessarily a princess of an imaginary, like.
She was.
Well, she was, but that's because it's a movie.
Because it's a movie.
But like in your own life, you are the queen of the world that you create.
And wait, she was also ugly. So see what they do to us?
See? She was ugly.
See what they do to us?
But I think that's part of it is like, there isn't this element of like, you think you're one thing and
but
your
you have
life.
To be pretty to get to that.
Oh,
point.
I was gonna
no. I'm saying that's what they're saying.
That is part of it. But I think if you zoom out of it a little bit, it's about that, like, you know, in your teen years, you are awkward and you are weird, but you will like grow into your own skin and you will be whatever.
You know,
like,
they always say like, just wait till college. It'll be so much easier in college.
Did you? I definitely did find that. I did find that. Like my life totally changed when I went to university.
Because I loved both university and high school, so
it was great for you.
Yeah, but
she was born beautiful, so some of us had to grow into it a little bit.
As they say and Bring It On, hate us because we're beautiful, but we don't like you either. We're cheerleaders. We are cheerleaders. Roll call. Also a great film. But when I think about when you just said like the discovery of finding yourself, what is it? The Sisterhood of Traveling Pants.
That is a good one.
Very much so.
Yeah,
that one is literally going from high school to university and like how do we still become friends and the growing pains of that. Yeah. And we have an
What a
awkward friend, a
crazy
pretty friend. They'll say
You
a
have an
bigger friend.
awkward friend, a pretty
And then the
friend,
artsy
the
friend.
POC friend,
Yeah,
and the
exactly.
artsy friend.
Exactly.
Yeah, I was just watching a clip from that where America Ferrera is like ripping the moms, those white moms, a new one in the dressing room, where she's like, and you don't necessarily even think about a Puerto Rican girl who has an ass unlike your daughters.
Love.
Get him, girl. Get him, girl.
Did you ever watch this one? I put it on our list, but not everyone has seen this. But unless you're a Hillary Duff stan, so Raise Your Voice.
I've seen every
la, la, la.
yeah.
And then it was literally her sister who actually sang that part.
Wild.
Yeah.
I have watched every Hillary Duff movie that could exist.
Yes.
So, like, what was the one where she's like Cadet Kelly?
Oh, Cadet
Kelly. That was a good one.
Throwback.
I do think Disney did a good job of like sort of bridging the like pre-teen movie to teen movie to like sort of adult movie, and Hillary Duff sort of
did all of them.
All of that because she was doing those, and then the Cinderella story.
Yes.
Which I didn't realize it did really well, even though people didn't like it.
Who didn't like it?
It was like not a very critically acclaimed movie.
Which teen movie is a critically acclaimed movie?
I think A Walk to Remember is.
Actually, I think it has bad score. It was given a 30. 30%. How dare they?
Well, that's garbage.
But the viewer said 78. Still incorrect. It should be like 100.
And maybe that's the thing. I think that there's something about like why it's not considered prestige film, but it does have
teen movie.
Yeah, garbage.
Yeah, got it.
Some of the other ones. So you said you've never watched The Heathers. It is a good one. It is good if you it's a late 80s, early 90s movie, and it's basically about this girl who's like an outcast who then is effectively pit against the popular girls who are called the Heathers. They're all named Heather. Okay. And they're like popular, beautiful, rich. And then she meets this guy, and it basically becomes this like, I don't know even know how to explain it, like almost like a murder movie. Like they're gonna kill everybody, blow up the school, blah blah blah. And it has Winona Ryder in it. Okay. Icon. But it's scary. It's sort of like if you watch, it's sort of like Jawbreaker. Have you seen that? Yeah. What is the line? Fuck me gently with a chainsaw.
Oh, yum.
I think that's either from the Heathers. That's like but that was like a she said it as like an FU to somebody.
Got it.
Yeah. It wasn't like an actual thing she wanted somebody to do. But it's funny how you can have those movies that are scary and like quite dark that sort of represent
some dark times, right?
Well, and that's the thing. Being a teenager is hard.
It could be hard.
I think the further I get away from it, the more I have to remember that it was really hard. Because if I ever have kids, I want to be empathetic to the fact that like
it was hard.
I remember feeling very misunderstood by my parents, by people around me, and like feeling very like, what the hell's going on? I mean, being queer probably didn't have anything to help, but I don't think that that's unique. I think lots of people feel
from like literally your brain chemistry is
going wild.
It's going wild. So that makes sense too, for sure.
Yeah.
But I think that like the early 2000s really went heavy. Like, because when you look at it, like Bring It On was in 2000. Walks Member was in 2002. Princess Diaries was 2001. Raise Your Voice 2004. Like Freaky Friday 2003. Like we didn't get it.
Bam. Yeah. I can't breathe. I can't breathe.
Keep out. Oh, this one's a really good one. The Nick and Nora's Infinite Playlist. That's a good one.
Oh, I've watched it. I can't remember much about it.
I liked it.
Okay.
But then if you want, like, obviously the Americans will all like really to what American Pie. Like that's like what I thought like high school and university was going to look like.
My parents loved the American Pie movies. They were they were young, right? For parents, like so I remember every time one would come out, they would like go and watch it or they would rent it, and we were never allowed to watch it. And I realized like now isn't like when I did see it, I'm like that was a bit adult for me. Like when what's his face fucks the pie, like that was a bit. Maybe I didn't need to see that at 11 or whatever.
No.
What is
Donnie Darko is a dark one.
Ooh. Oh, I didn't think about that as a teen movie. That is a really good example of that.
Yeah.
Like what's another one that
because I don't like scary, but the closest I will take to scary, it was iconic cast. It's like I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Ooh,
and I still know what you did last summer.
Ooh.
Like that's the scary second school, but everyone is pretty.
What about Cruel Intentions? Did you see that?
I didn't watch all of it, but that one has what Ryan Felipe?
Yeah,
Phillips?
and Michelle.
Her and Reese Witherspoon she made a clone of herself. Her daughter is her identical twin.
Yeah. And that one is also based off of a book, Cruel Intentions.
Look at that.
Or I think it's like updated because Cruel Intentions is originally like set in like not the Renaissance period, but like the 1700s.
Okay.
And then they updated it to be like high school.
The Renaissance, the 1700s.
That's the 1700s. Yeah, and that movie was good. That one was. It's just so. The more we talk about it, the more I'm like, wow, teen movie like that umbrella is huge.
Yeah, like the one just came up right now that I was like, whoa, I forgot all about this, but it's so good. Drive Me Crazy.
I don't know that one.
Yeah, with Melissa Joan Hart. Like Sabrina.
Okay, yeah.
And then like even Britney Spears was in it.
Hum me a
the
few
song
bars.
Is like, drive you crazy.
Oh,
I just can't see.
What about that Britney Spears movie?
Yeah. Oh, Crossroads.
But
that was in high school.
No, it was like that's
that
bridging the high school into adult.
Yeah. Yeah, those are good ones.
So good.
Yeah. Bring It On really did change a brain chemistry for me as well.
Yeah.
I love it's great. Great.
What was it about it that changed your brain chemistry?
Because finally there was like another school of like, you actually stole our stuff because we actually have more rhythm than you, bitch. Like, yeah, but it's just everything about it is just good.
Why was there a period of time where there were so many movies about dancing?
Because people
there was like dance. Bring It On. There was
Center Stage.
There was oh my gosh, what is the one with Julia? Oh my God.
Julia Childs?
Not Julia Childs.
Let's dance.
The same girl from 10th.
You're talking about
Save the Last Dance. Yeah.
Yeah, I watched Save the Last Dance the night before I auditioned to Juilliard for so I could get into character.
You were like into character.
Yeah. A whole series of Step Up.
Yes.
Yeah, that is all.
There was a lot of them.
Yeah.
And so but
because
like
there's Step Up to the Streets. So was it Step Up to the Streets or Step Up to the streets. Yeah. And that's when gave us Channing Tatum.
Oh.
Thank you.
From stripper to Step Up.
No, it's to Step Up to stripper.
No, he was a stripper in real life before he was an actor.
I didn't know that.
That's why Magic Mike is based off of his real life.
Sickening,
no?
No?
But yeah, it's just funny that there was like this weird period of time. Like that's not really happening anymore. We don't have movies that are just dancing.
Oh, I thought you said it doesn't happen anymore from strippers to...
No, that's happening all the time now.
I mean, Get It Cardi.
Get It, Vanilla Mace, love her. Who else? There's a bunch of people.
Get Your Bank.
Get Your Bank.
Get Your Bank.
Get Your Bag.
Yeah, there was great
There's so many
movies that are for high school as well.
Okay, so do you think that this is a teen movie? The Cheetah Girls.
Yes.
And why?
Because
they were teens.
They're teenagers. When I was just
But you don't think it would be preteen movies?
I think the viewers to watch it are preteen.
Okay.
But like, for example, I was just in Barcelona the other day, and best believe I was Barcelona. I was doing the whole dance at Park Güell. Yeah.
I love it.
Because why not?
So something to maybe, as we transition from this topic.
I was like, transition to what?
Into beautiful people because they're giving us a haircut. Is to think about how there used to be a period of time in the like late 90s to early mid 2000s where preteen was a category of everything. Movies, books, clothing, stores, all that stuff. And now it's sort of like been washed into you're either child or you're either a teenager.
It's like, for example, when like Hilary Duff stuff by Hilary Duff.
By Duff.
Yeah.
Hilary
Zellers.
Duff.
That was a preteen purchase.
Yeah,
that was a preteen purchase, not a teenage.
Well, preteen was a category that existed
everywhere.
Now
they marketed to preteen.
Mm-hmm.
So I hear what you're saying with that.
And now it doesn't really exist anymore. And I wonder if maybe part of that is why teen movies don't even exist as much. Because really, it's true. The main like audience for a teen movie is teenagers or people like just below that, preteens. And really, you don't really have, if you don't have that demographic obviously exists, but if it's too infantilized, it doesn't really work anymore.
There's as many teen movies anymore, but there's teen shows.
Like, well, and that's a whole, we could go into a whole other TV
maybe they just decided to like let's stick with the shows. But I'll be remiss if I did not bring up maybe, okay, I said like A Walk to Remember, Mean Girls, but number 3
is
Sister Act 2. Sister Act 2.
How is that a teen?
Sister
How
Act
is that
2,
a
because
teen
it's
movie?
in a high school. It's quite literally, it's all about the, Whoopi Goldberg is the teacher, but it's all about the class.
Okay.
Listen, don't
I'll accept. I'll accept.
Listen, their whole performance, the whole way they were brought up, girl, teen movie, okay?
Okay.
Fight me
it's
on
an
it.
iconic and incredible movie.
Fight me on it.
I was not.
It's the whole thing, but remember I told you
was not fighting
how,
you
like,
on it whether it was a good movie.
But remember
whether
I
it was
told
a teen
you
movie.
that like a teen movie could also be from the teacher perspective. That's what they do a lot now with like. And so in this one, like the whole thing is in a high school. It's all about the high school students. Mm-hmm. It's about their whole performances and what they had to do to get there.
Okay.
With Whoopi Goldberg as the teacher.
If I was on the board of accepting teen movies,
Alicia
I would say certified teen movie.
Love it. Number 3.
Yeah. So I do think that teen movies do exist still. I do think that you're right. I think series are more the thing, and I feel like maybe we've just aged so much out of it that it's really not
the last teen movie that came out in theaters. For the
I think streaming has taken it over, because like there's To All the Boys I've Loved Before.
Great.
That I think
watched
is
that feeling like I was literally their age.
Well, and so I think that that's the power of a really good teen movie.
Yeah.
That one was interestingly all shot in Vancouver at a school that I used to live nearby. And so whenever I see that movie, I'm like, that's so funny, Laura Jean. So yeah, I do think that like it fits into the nostalgia of that for us.
Yeah.
And I wonder what later teens now will look back and say, what were the movies for them, and whether or not they would categorize teen movie, or if it would just be a movie that they liked,
or just a movie that they
because it really is like, the more we talk about it, the more I'm like, it's such a specific genre to us. It's so exactly the specific thing that like no other genre would encapsulate properly what it is.
But you know what? Just like how, remember the days of going to the club and you bring your whole like
digital camera, and that's back.
And that's back. So y'all, listen to this and go watch these movies.
Yeah, this is an education.
It comes back, and like it's just like a good thing to rewatch.
I did recently revive my digital camera that I have that is like 15 or 16 years old.
Oh wow!
And she still works. I did have to special order the battery and the wire, but
the battery
I could be one of those cool kids with a digicam.
Little digicam. And they're like, oh my god, don't you know what this is? We're like, yeah, bitch. When I was in
we invented this shit.
When I was in 6-inch platform heels in my business casual whole freaking outfit at the club,
with my blazer at the club, with my vest at the club,
belt's here.
Yeah. Your chunky belt.
Yeah. Okay. Feet hurting, but who cares? Because we gotta look like this.
Yeah, we gotta look like we're going to the office.
If I had to show up in a running shoe back then, they'd be like, "No, you can't even get in.
You can't, and
you couldn't even get in."
What's so funny too is like we don't
even
business casually dress like that anymore.
No.
So it was so specific.
Showed up in those business cash looks to the office.
Some people would think you're cool. Some people would be shocked by it. Skin tight. Well, this has been really fun. I love talking about nostalgic stuff like this.
Yeah.
We probably missed a movie that you loved. So make sure to comment and tell us, what teen movie did you love and why did you love it? And maybe we should watch it.
I'm feeling it for a bender.
I'm not kidding. I'm going to be rewatching A Walk to Remember this weekend. So good. If you want to cry with me, rewatch it too. And like always, like, subscribe, and comment.
Yes.
Bye.
I was like, are we saying bye?
Bye.
All I hear is the crack of your arm.
My wrist. I'm old. That's how you know teen movies.
You're done.